All right, happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Super fucking hot here where I'm living, so I'm hunkered down, laying low, watching movies today. Really trying to interact with a lot of you guys today on the channel. And I want to reach out to, I put a post up yesterday, okay? And this is for Jesus Garcia and Christine Spencer. This is your thread right here. And I'm really interested in what you guys are saying. You guys have way valid points here. 100%. I'm with you guys. You guys have very valid points here. And I'm going to read your comments and we'll discuss each one and the nature of the beast, okay? Jesus Garcia, big shout out to you. Good question. What if buying the properties in various states is a way for him to move around and hide? I think someone should take one for the team and get one of them to say if David's still around. Dude, I'm with you 100%, man. But, okay, check this out, Jesus Garcia. There's so many dynamics to this cult that you got to understand, okay? First of all, the amount of time and money people have fucking dropped into this cult, okay? Think about that. Michelle, she's been there a lot of years. Tony has been there a lot of years. Ashley's been there a lot of years. Susan's been there a lot of years, okay? So you got these people that are dumping money into this cult, right? And what this is known as Jesus Garcia, it's called sunken cost effect or sunken cost syndrome, okay? And I'll look up the definition because I don't know it right offhand, but basically it's they have given so much time and money to this place that it's like hard for them to leave, basically. It's almost like indentured servitude, dude. That's the best way I could put it. It's a labor cult, dude. It's a forced labor cult. David doesn't pay his people. He's a fucking pays people. He puts them on phone lines all day and has them fucking solicit fucking deposits off Facebook. There's an Instagram out. I'll get it from my boy. And I'll get it from him and I'll post it in the description. That way y'all can go over there and follow it because he's posting documents there. I also have a Patreon. The description's in my channel description. Follow that there too. I'm starting to do document drops there, okay? So if you guys want to see some documents and things I've been looking at as far as like county appraisal district tax records, things like that, I'm going to put them over on my Patreon, okay? I'm still learning Patreon, so hang on for let's see. Sunk cost syndrome. Okay. Jesus Garcia, sunken cost, that's the sunk cost fallacy, that's what it's called. Describes our tendency as human beings, okay, to follow through on an endeavor if we have already invested time, effort, or money into it, whether or not the current cost outweighs the benefit. A lot of these people do that there, buddy. They will keep driving on. In Michelle's deposition, brother, Michelle said she had to borrow $1,600 from the fucking cult because she couldn't pay her rent. What? I'm not being a smartass. What does that tell you, brother? You know, like if Michelle had to borrow money, $1,600 from the cult to pay her rent. But again, there's a lot of shady shit going on with the money too, bro. That's why there's money laundering, okay? The houses, I think this is coming from a lot of survivors of JW and cults and things like that said, no, the houses, this is like a last effort, basically, like a last ditch effort, like a sink or swim kind of deal thing for them to be buying up all these properties all of a sudden. It's basically like them pushing the money, the assets out of the cult's name into properties and shit, right? That way they can say, oh, there's no money in the bank, but we have all these properties here. You know, that way when they get the properties back, it's fucking pennies on the dollar, my man. Especially in an inflated market where 5%. Big time inflated market, dude. My interest rate is a 2.2. That's what I got my interest rate at. David bought in a fucking seller's market. I mean, how much more idiotic can David be to buy in a seller's market, right? So that's kind of... But I'm with you, Jesus. Could it be to hide him? Absolutely. Fuck yeah, move him around. They're right there by Tampa Airport. They got all those cars. They could fucking move David around where the fuck they want. Effectively, too. But, I mean, I don't know if they'd be paying for gas to drive to Florida and up to Florida, Missouri, and back all the time. I mean, that's a lot of fucking gas, especially with expensive as gas is. I mean, I don't know if they're going to fly him, you know? I mean, that would just get expensive. Imagine taking those trips down there, like, every couple of weeks. That would just get expensive. But, in fact, if David is still around, you know, yeah, that's probably what they're doing, is they're moving around those houses, Jesus Garcia, and they're hiding him. They're hiding him. Fuck yeah. I'm filing fraud against him, Jesus. I have fraud reports right here. And I encourage everybody to file them. They're also in my channel description. They're pre-filled. All the information's there. All you got to do is sign them, print them, sign them, put a stamp on the envelope, and send them to the IRS. That's all you got to do. You got to do shit else. That's it. You don't got to do shit else. Everything's done for you. I even thought about going back and filling these out and redoing them so there's more information on them. That way they get them and they're like, oh shit, okay, here we go. That way they can just start. Eventually the IRS is going to audit these assholes. I know they are. They have to. They've already revoked JMMI tax ID number. They're going to have to audit them, Jesus Garcia, eventually. I mean, if you get a tax ID number revoked, it's because you're not paying your taxes. That's why they revoked the JMMI number. I already looked. I checked the other day. So that ID number has been revoked, okay? So now they're working on the Kingdom of God Global Church tax ID number and the Marvels in America World Healing, okay? They've had 4 tax ID numbers, guys. This one organization. Keep that in mind, Jesus Garcia, okay? This organization, this one person, 4 tax ID numbers since he started, okay? And then the next comment was Christine Spencer. Big shout out to you. And thank you to all the subscribers out there, you guys. Thank you for following the channel. I really do appreciate you guys being here and listening to me talk about this asshole when you don't absolutely have to be here. You guys take the time out of your days to sit here and listen. I know it's a tough topic, but this needs to be talked about very loudly, I believe, because David's not the only one. Right now, he's just the one. He's the most dangerous, in my opinion. He really is. He's the most dangerous, the most secretive, and that's what makes it so dangerous. They're hiding behind these high walls, you know? I wonder if you know, the authorities are trying to get to him and they can't because he's just fucking hiding all over the place. They have the means to move this asshole around, okay? But I honestly don't think they're moving around. I honestly think he's just sick or dead, guys, okay? Those are the two options theories that I have and me and a few of the other channel members have. And I'm starting to see some of the other channel members out there like, hey, you could be right. Sick or dead. Sick or dead. Because David's had too many chances, Jesus Garcia, to come out and capitalize on like the war in Russia and Ukraine, which I do not support at all. I won't even talk about that because it's like we can't. It's like YouTube will take your shit down if you do. So he could have came out and like got money on that big time, dude, big time, and he didn't. He's had so many chances to capitalize that yeah. This is why the theories, me and a couple of channel members, like me and Bill Cosby ASMR, actually, we're sitting around just talking round table in it, kind of talking, putting theories out there, like what are the possibilities of him being sick or dead, right? When we seen him last year, absolutely, dude, he looked like shit, guys. Okay, I'm still gonna push this theory because there's an absolutely high possibility that he's sick. Okay, if he's not dead, he's sick. Christine Spencer. What do you suspect is going on here? He's just laying low, maybe? I could see him laying low, definitely. But because of who he is and his personality, all the stuff that we've been talking about on him, there's no way he would be able to keep his mouth shut, Christine. He's too much of a narcissist to come out and like shut his mouth. He really is. He has to be in the limelight too much. He wants to be in front of the camera all the time. So it's hard for him to not come out and talk. D-Jack reacts. He could be sick or dead, and his inner circle is covering it up, okay? And here's Christine Spencer, check this out, okay? Michael Aquino, okay, who was the head of the Temple is Set, okay? He was a high-ranking government official, full board colonel or something like that. He was doing like psyops in the government. He was head of the Satanic Temple. He killed himself, and they covered that death for several years. The Set did. The Temple is that death was covered. I'll get the full details on it, and I'll update you guys on that about how that was found out. But that death was kept hidden for several years. Okay. Now, could it be possible to keep David's death hidden? Fuck yeah, it could. Easy, guys. It really can be. David's not that important. You don't have to put an obituary up. All you have to do is file a death certificate. That's it. That's it. You just gotta file a death certificate. Now, what I have been doing is calling coroner's offices, guys. That's the next thing. There's nothing illegal about calling a coroner's office. And there's ways I get the information, okay? I go about it a certain way. I don't want to tell my methods, but I go about it a certain way. And you know what? Most of these coroners that I've called, had given me the information right over the phone. No, he's not here. He's not here. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you. The phone calls usually don't last but a minute or two, if that. If that. I think the longest phone call I've had is like a minute. The first one I had was like fucking 30 seconds. Yeah, name and date of birth. Nope, he's not here. That was it. That was it. So I do make calls, guys. That's kind of what I do. That's my part. That's the active role I take in this. Is the stuff I say I'm going to do, like calling the coroners and stuff, I've done that. It's just a process of elimination. He's got Missouri, Michigan, Florida. He possibly could have places in Arizona. We've heard he's got places out there. I'm seeing the notary now, North Carolina. He knows somebody up in North Carolina because of the recent notary that was done on the quit claim on the house in Ocala. Let's see. And Christine, if say he is still alive, okay? Say David is still alive, all right? If he's alive, okay? He's very sick, and he can't come out and show his face because he looks really fucking sick, all right? He looked really bad last time we seen him during his birthday, and I'm going back and looking at videos. I'm like, holy shit, he looks like shit. He really does. It's almost like he couldn't even stand up for a certain amount of time because he was gonna fucking pass out. That's what it looked like the last time we seen him live. So there's a lot of ifs. There's a lot of questions going around right now. And these are just theories, guys, okay? These are just opinions. My opinion could be a lie, but given the nature of the beast we're dealing with, okay, David, and given what we know about his diet, this motherfucker eats a high cholesterol diet, okay? Ryan Logan, has there been a recent spotting since his birthday? No, Ryan Logan. No, there hasn't. There hasn't. That's kind of what we're talking about. Since his last birthday, dude, we haven't fucking seen him, bro. We haven't seen him. This is why we think there's a couple. Look, there's some of us here now. Okay, theory is sick or dead. Okay, if we don't see him by the 22nd and 23rd, which is what, in 2 weeks, David's supposed to come out on the 22nd and 23rd of July, which is next Friday and Saturday. Okay, David, if we don't see you, dude, I'm just going to assume Michelle, Joseph, I'm just going to assume David's dead at that point. Okay, because Michelle and Joseph would be the next in line to run the cult. Okay, and from one of my sources, it said that everything is run through Joseph and Michelle, not David. So, and again, guys, the nature of the beast is they could absolutely keep the death hidden. Okay. They could absolutely keep David's health condition hidden from the rest of the cult members, absolutely, because a source I have in this had some interaction with the cult personally. What this source said is that David is so fucking insulated that you can't even get to him. It was hard, like they wanted to talk to him. This person wanted to talk to David, and that he couldn't even get like an interview or a phone call. That he was just so insulated from the rest of the group. So you got David, okay? Here's David. There's David, okay? So you got David, right? You got Michelle, Joseph, Tony, Ashley, Steve, okay? Then you got LaMarcia, you got the main cult members right here around David, okay? Now, David is going to keep each of those members in the dark a certain way. That makes sense. He's going to have a certain type of control over each member of the cult. That makes sense. Yeah. He'll be able to. It's almost like he manipulates a member a different way. Every member is manipulated a different way. And there's a certain type of control over each member. So that's what this cult does, right? So take David out of the picture, right? Then there's Michelle. You got Michelle, okay? Now Michelle will be the next in line to run the joint, okay? She'd be next in line because she knows everything about David. She's the number one concubine in the cult, okay? So if Michelle's running the show, she's no doubt worse than David. That's usually how these power struggles work within these cults. Once the leader falls, the next person in line Now, you see, I know for a fact, okay, and this is coming from sources that say the closer you get to the inside of the cult, like David, the closer you get to David, the worse the people are. That's facts. That's coming from survivors, guys. The closer you get to David, the worse the people are. So, just guess, Michelle being second in command, you could probably guess how much of a bitch she is, guys. And that is people telling me. I don't know who else has been contacted about this, but I've been contacted by several people that said Michelle's the biggest bitch in there, and that Michelle's favorite word is proprietary. Oh, proprietary this, proprietary that. It's their favorite. That's Michelle's favorite word. Oh, you can't do this. This is proprietary. Proprietary this. So there's huge mind control going on here, guys. It's probably one of the biggest mind control cults that we're seeing right now. That's the best way I can put it. We haven't seen any other cults like this. I know there's some out there, we just haven't found them yet. You know, I know there's the 12 tribes, that's out in California, but that's a whole fucking, that is a fucking iceberg, okay? That would have to that one would take time. And I haven't forgot about that one, but I lost my train of thought there for a second. But long run, guys. Totally fucking just brain farted right now. Let me get back to your questions. Sorry, guys. You guys had some damn good questions, and I'm with you guys, man. Christine Spencer and Jesus Garcia, I'm with you guys, man. I'm on the fence. I'm with it. I'm with it all. I'm with everybody's theories. I really am, and every one of them is fucking very fucking possible. That's the problem, but we don't know. I'm wondering if like people are actually looking for David, and nobody can actually fucking find him because he's fucking dead, or they can't get a fucking phone call or anything. Because there's been news agencies trying to contact this cult, and you know what each one says? Oh, we've called, but nope, can't get an answer. Nobody will call us back. If there's any news agencies out there that want phone numbers, let me know. I'll give them to you, okay? You guys want phone numbers for these people? I'll give you personal cell phone numbers and shit like that so you can call them directly, since you guys can't seem to get a call back, okay? So with that being said, you guys, thank you for the questions. They're bitchin' questions, you guys. They really are. They're good theories. Keeping them hidden, yes. Laying low, absolutely. Same thing as laying low, keeping them hidden, yeah, definitely. And here's the thing, guys. There's a trafficking dynamic going on here, okay? I've looked it up on the DHS website, and I didn't make this shit up. DHS did. And I sat back, and it took a couple days because I wanted to make sure I applied them right. But if you go to the DHS website, go to dhs.gov, look up human trafficking, okay? And given the dynamics of the cult, what we know and what the survivors have told us, there's human trafficking going on, okay? And I'm not saying that lightly because I take that very seriously because those are crimes, okay? And it's almost like this is like a Jim Jones type cult, you guys. It really is. Like, he's got all these people behind his high walls fucking brainwashed. Like, really bad, guys. Really bad. And it's a very dangerous situation what's going on. There really is. They got cars, they got means to transport. They got big houses all over the fucking place. No doubt, too, guys, there's call centers set up in these houses, okay? That's what's going on with these big mansions. The one in Lutz, Florida, down there in Avila fucking Properties, Avila Country Club, there's no doubt, okay, they're most likely running a huge fucking call center out of one of those properties there, out of one of those houses on that property. Maybe the guest house or the main house, I don't know, but it's going to be one of those houses, and they're going to be running a full-blown call center scam, okay, and most likely they're going to be running scams out of each of those houses. They're going to be. That's what they would buy these houses up for. Not only that, but they have liquid assets, okay? Now they got assets and property, okay? But also they have places to run their call center scam out of discreetly without anybody fucking noticing. Because they're in a gated community in a gated fucking house, okay? I mean, I'm calling it like I see it, guys. You got trafficking, money laundering, mortgage fraud, fuck, what else? Big time IRS fraud, tax evasion, multiple filings. I will continue to file fraud against this cult because I know they're committing crimes. So Christine and Jesus, thank you for your guys' questions, man. You guys, you're right on. I think you guys are right on. Could they be hiding him? Absolutely. But I think he's down in Florida. I'm not sure, but I think he could be down in Florida right now. That's his new place, right? But again, what's funny about this whole thing too, right? Everybody's been hearing saying David say, oh, Florida's gonna be the first to get nuked by Russia. So David, you're gonna go out first, which would be, I don't want anything bad to happen to you, but you're not even believing your own lies at this point, dude. How can anybody believe you, bro? David, Michelle, David says, oh, Florida and California are gonna get nuked first, and David's buying all these fucking properties up in Florida. Come on, dude. David, get over yourself, man. Give up your cult scam, okay? Give up your little scam. Give up your cult. We're on to you. I know your tax ID number for JMMI has been revoked. All right? It shouldn't be long before your Kingdom of God Global Church gets revoked too. And then your Marvels in America is most likely going to get revoked too. There's your new Marvels in America World Healing. That's his tax ID number for Marvels in America World Healing, which I'm also filing fraud against too, because that's multiple filings. Resurrection Media Ministries, Joshua Media Ministries, Kingdom of God Global Church, Marvels in America World Healing. Yeah, that's fucking multiple filings, okay? So, again, thank you guys, Christine and Jesus Garcia. You guys, great comments. By all means, leave your questions and comments down there, because, these are things that need to be discussed openly about this, because what if? If say something did happen to David, who would be the next in line to keep it running? Michelle, right? Michelle. But we don't see them. All we're seeing now is fucking reruns. Okay, and anybody watching this from David's cult, check this out. There's nothing on David new right now. Everything is reruns, or they're doing fucking archived free shit, okay? There's nothing new from David. You got Tony, Joseph, and Ashley up there fucking running the scam now. They're fair game. They know exactly what the fuck is going on. Joseph, Tony, and Ashley, I'll start putting your name on the fraud reports now too, okay? Because you guys know what the fuck is going on with the scam. How can you guys not see through it anymore? Really? I find it hard to believe that you guys are that ignorant or that dumb to not see through David's scam, and you guys just stand up there and preach his bullshit, and he doesn't even have the fucking backbone to come out and scam money from people himself anymore, because he, again, sick or 6 feet under, guys. Those are two theories right now. Or he's just hiding. But again, even if he was hiding, he would have put out some sort of recording or video. There's videos with recordings and stuff, but those are old, guys. There's nothing new on David for the last year from his last birthday. So that's the last time we've seen him, guys. And until next week, if we don't see him, I'm going to keep on pushing the theory that he's really sick and just fucking, he can't come out anymore. So again, you guys, thank you. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. These things need to be discussed, okay? Because if something did happen, who's running the cult now?